Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the NECA action figure 2-pack of Chucky and Tiffany from Bride of Chucky, with a picture of the seat of Chucky version of Tiffany on the side. That's interesting. The figure inside, however, is the appropriate Bride of Chucky version and not the seat of Chucky version. The seat of Chucky one had a different dress, different necklace, different face design and hairstyle. So anyway, I'm glad that it's the correct one, even though the artwork on the side is seed. Chucky and Tiffany have been made into action figure form before. McFarlane Toys made a Bride of Chucky 2-pack, and also NECA several years ago did a Seed of Chucky 3-pack. Both of those featured rooted hair for these figures, and I'm glad this series went with sculpted hair. Not a big fan of rooted hair, especially in this scale. However, both McFarlane and the previous NECA figure of Tiffany featured sculpted, the sculpted dress for the bottom half. This is the first time they went with fabric, and it's fine. It's not how I would have gone with. There's no reason why this couldn't have been sculpted. However, it does actually, it's not like a problem. I'm fine with it. The one problem I do have with it is there's no slit. If you look at the movie, there is totally like a cut that she put in the dress, and you can see her legs sticking out. It's cool. This figure does include the sculpted netting, which I think would be kind of hard to do because it's fishnet and it's so little on this figure, but there's a surface and they've kind of carved in there the little webbing of her spider web fishnet, so that's fun. Here's a little upskirt shot for you guys. The sculpt on the boots is pretty fun. They even kind of sculpted a little bit of the bottom, like tread, not too much, but yeah, the sculpt on the rest of this is really solid. Like the bodice of her dress, I think that's what that is. Anyone who knows anything about dresses can tell me in the comments. But the sculpted surface detail of that, very, very nice. The tattoo, the Chucky tattoo heart, looks great. And I love that they sculpted the necklace. The paint on the word Tiff is a little, just a big dollop of gold paint. But I do like the fact that it's sculpted on and not a separate necklace that's like a string and it's kind of floaty and doesn't match the rest of the figure. The sculpt on the jacket's great. Paint on the zipper, sculpt on all that is really, really good. Again, the sculpt on the necklace is really, really rocks, though. The head, we get 3 of these. I'll get into more detail on the other 2 in a moment, but I love the sculpt of this hair. It's got the right kind of volume to it, and also the little details of like all the little threads of hair. The roots showing is a great touch. The proportions of her head are awesome. The eye makeup, and just like the little dimples there, the sculpt of her cheeks. It's all great. What's also great is Chucky here. Here's a closer look at his head. A little more closer of a look allows you to see the paint of the little staples on his head and the little spots in his head where it's cut open. You can see the little silver underneath. All the silver kind of metalish paint is really well done. Same with the cuts on his eyes and the cheek, the staple going along. All the scars, to be honest, look really, really good. Where the hair is stapled, 2 on the left and the right. 3, very well done. Sculpt of his hair is great, especially the little kind of like baldy spots. But the expression's perfect. The cheeks, the smile. One little thing with all 3 of the heads, because he has 3 heads, is the cut on the nose is kind of poorly painted on all 3. It's a really hard spot to get. The sculpt is there, but the paint doesn't really highlight the cut on his nose. His outfit, though, it's pretty great. The stripes of his sleeves are good. The only bummer is the elbow joint. When you move it, will like flake the paint. Oh well, it's just within that little section of the joint. But the cuts on the good guy outfit are really good. The leg, the darker red underneath, the dirtying of the front, like all, it's not as clean and new anymore. His shoes look good. No detail on the bottom, but that's fine. But the paint of the red and white is nice. And just like the wrinkling of where it bunches in the back there, really, really solid work. Let's take a look at some of these heads. We have this one, which is a little more like Sinister Smile, and I dig that. The hair placement is pretty similar from this one to that one. You can see more of the cut going along the back there. And then we have this one, which shows a lot more. So there you go. Anyway, I like the Sinister Smile. I like the arched eyebrows and the smaller kind of smile. It's very menacing. I dig that. We also have this super happy, smiley one. It's almost like the part in Bride of Chucky when Tiffany kills those 2 people in the honeymoon suite, and he looks at like the mess and he's like, I love you. That part. This one's got some extra staples painted on the side of his head that don't match the other two or how he looks in the movie, but other than that, I love the expression of his smile, his big happy eyes. That's pretty cool. Now, Tiffany comes with this like evil smile head. She's looking a little bit to the right with that eye. I don't think they're all supposed to be like that, but her smile's great. I love the cheeks, the arched eyebrows. Again, the same kind of hair, dark in the middle. This is a really fun head. The fact that you get like her teeth showing in the evil smile, because the regular head, no teeth. And then there's her first head before she gets all done up, her natural doll head. I love just the little detail of the pink paint in the mouth, the little shading around the eyes. The sculpt of the hair is good, the veil. This is one of the few times where the fabric is good. I like this thin little fabric. It's appropriate for the figure and this size. Good sculpt on the hair, good clean paint. Lots and lots of other accessories. Let's just get right to it. He comes with a little right grip hand, and then these sort of loose open palm hands, because the regular figure starts out with more tighter grip hands. Tiffany comes packaged with loose hands at first, so then we have the two little grip hands with a little fingernail painted on them, and then a sort of soft grip hand. And those are the three hands they come with. They come each with a total of 5. Also, I like the stitching on Chucky's right hand. Nice detail. Super nice detail. We get the heart of Dambala here. And not only is the sculpt good and the little paint on the front, but the fact that it actually has the inscription on the back, that's pretty awesome to me. What's also awesome is Chucky comes with his pistol, and Tiffany also comes with her smaller pistol. Paint on it's pretty good, all things considered. We get Chucky's knife that he stabs people with in Bride of Chucky. And I think there's a few accessories in here that are from C.HUCKY Chucky, which is really random. And I don't recall anyone using this knife in Bride, but I think Tiffany uses it to kill Redman in C.HUCKY Chucky, so there's that. We also get a set of alternate arms, which I will put on the figure later. And we get this fancy looking bottle that Tiffany throws at the couple in the honeymoon suite and kills them with. So that's a fun accessory to have her with, because this is a tool for murder. Here are some Seed of Chucky accessories that I find to be an odd inclusion, but welcome. We have the turkey baster, which was included with the old NECA Seed of Chucky set, and it had a little drip of man jam on the end. This one doesn't. Then we have a little container of said man jam, so here you go, kids. It's a little cup of sperm. And then we have the axe that Chucky is using to chop down the door in Seed of Chucky. And he also gets, chopped up with it. At the end, he takes it to Tiffany as well. And lastly, we have this shovel. This is Chucky's because it has the handle at the bottom. And Tiffany's big shovel from the big fight at the end of Bride of Chucky. However, Tiffany is very badly burned at the end of Bride of Chucky. So, including this is cool, but if she's holding this in like her clean state, that's fun, but it doesn't match how she looks at the end of the film. Now it's accessory switcheroo time. Here's Chuck and Tiffany with their shovels. I swapped out Chucky's first head, which came off really easily, for this second head, which I will admit was a little tight, and I had to use a blow dryer to soften up the neck joint to get it on there. Tiffany, I'm happy to report, her jacket and sleeves came off really easily, and putting these ones on, super easy. Both of these heads popped on really easily. I've included some of the Seed of Chucky accessories with Tiffany, even though they don't really make sense with this version of her. Also worth noting with this version of her, it's cool they included this head, but it doesn't really match her body considering the body has the tattoo on there. But still, it's nice that they included this. Just want to show you guys that her head plugs on really easily with just like a little peg inside there with a little bally joint at the base of the neck. Chucky's is like a double ball, and it can be a little tight, but still, it's pretty good. One little thing, one little nitpick, if I could talk about, was just that the sculpt on her thumbs. It'd be cool if they included the ring that goes on her thumb. Like, if they could sculpt this tiny necklace around her neck, they should be able to sculpt the tiny wedding ring that goes around her thumb. But yeah, other than that, I mean, you get a pretty good price value for this. I'm seeing this at a lot of places for about $50 to $55. I see some people selling it for like 60, some for like $1.45, so there's decent prices out there if you're interested in hunting them down. Another thing is Chucky has sort of relaxed grip hands and tighter grip hands, whereas Tiffany only has the tighter grip hands, and I wish she had a looser grip so she could hold this gun more properly, but still, it looks alright. It just doesn't look the way you would ever hold or grip a gun. So yeah, in the end, I love these figures. They've got really, really good paint jobs, some pretty strong articulation, and some nice detailed sculpts, especially with the hair. These are the Bride of Chucky figures I've always wanted, so props to NECA for pretty much nailing these. Good bang for your buck, a lot of fun accessories, including some extra Seed of Chucky accessories. As a Bride of Chucky fan, I'm very happy with how this turned out. Thanks for watching, everybody, and if you want, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook and all of that stuff.